What's good, y'all? Desaiah here, and today I want to ask you a question. Cause have you guys ever felt like your money is evaporating just like the second it hits your account, whether it's payday or I know I got some people who aren't, in the younger side of my audience. If you got like chores or something like that, your money just like evaporates the second your parents hand it to you. Whatever the case may be, sometimes I feel like that too. And today I wanted to talk about strategies about financial struggle and how to start building yourself towards financial freedom. Because in one of my older videos, we talked about it a little bit, being drowned in debt, trying to save, or wanting better money habits, because there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. We said this before, there's a big difference. Some people want to be rich, but some people want to be wealthy. Some want to set their parents, themselves, and their future selves and their future kids, whoever, up for success. They want to set the generation up, not just themselves or whatever the goal is. I made a video about this before, but I feel like it wasn't really helpful, and that's why I deleted it off my channel, because I wanted the video to have more of an impact. And I know my videos have been a little different. I know you guys are probably like, where's the gameplay in the background, blah, 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 blah. Simply, I just feel like the gameplay is way too much for me to get, considering I'm very busy in my schedule, and just being able to use this footage that I have right now, like all the stock footage, just saves me time, and it doesn't take away from the message that I'm trying to give to you guys. I understand a lot of you might love the gameplay, I understand that, and I'm sorry. I love to just be upfront with you guys and be real with you. For me, it just saves me a lot more time using the stock footage rather than using gameplay. I'm not saying that I won't ever use gameplay again. When I can get gameplay, I will get gameplay. But if I use the stock footage, then that's how you guys know that I'm out of gameplay. I don't really play games as often as I used to anymore. Now I'm kind of on the other side of trying to just grind and get to where I could be comfortable, where if I sit around and get gameplay for like 2 hours, it doesn't affect the other things that I'm working on, and that's what I currently feel like I'm at in my life right now, where it's like, yeah, I could sit down for the game and play it for an hour, 4 hours, whatever it is, but it's affecting me because yes, I get gameplay, but then I gotta edit all that stuff, and I've already wasted 4 hours gathering gameplay. I just want to get to a point where it doesn't feel like I'm wasting my time. So I wanted to update you guys on that a little bit, because I didn't want you guys to just see the last video that I posted and be like, oh my god, he's not a gamer no more, this is it, he's done, he's a motivational Christian channel now, and that's it. No, relax. I understand that I use a lot of religious views. I understand that gameplay was my niche and my thing, but I don't want you guys to be out of videos because of my account. I don't want you guys to not hear my voice or hear anything that I'm saying because of me. I don't want you guys to be out on what I have to say or not get the message that you guys need to hear because I didn't get gameplay that day, or I just didn't feel like playing the game, or I'm busy and I can't get gameplay and there's just not gonna be a video. Like, I need a way for me to still get videos out, and if you guys were here for gameplay, I'm sorry. Like, not every day or every video that I upload is going to have gameplay. Not every video is going to be just full of things that you'll understand. I apologize, but like I said, I need to get that out because I wanted you guys to know exactly what is going on, and I really don't want you guys to be confused about the change in this channel, because I'm just trying new things. I want to learn how to be a good YouTuber. I want to learn how to be a good content creator, and with that comes me experimenting with different, editing styles, different video types, different background music. I want to get that niche. I want to be able to find where I fit. And I know that I fit in this niche of what I'm doing right now, explaining to you guys different topics and ideas and motivational things, but I just need to figure out how to get it to you guys in the most effective way. With all that being said, I know I just blabbed on about anything that was this video's topic, the whole topic of this video, which is about financial struggles and financial freedom. I'm laughing because that took a while, but I needed to tell you guys this because I don't want, you guys to be confused and to act like I don't care, because I care about you, all of you. I care about every single one of you. Just like Corey cares about his fan base, I care about mine. Back to the video topic. Before I go on another tangent, I'm going to share with you guys my journey on how I figured out how much money was really worth, the value of it, etc. For my younger audience, this is going to be important for you because you don't really understand the value of money right now, because you may not be paying bills, you may not be, having to pay insurance, car, whatever it is, mortgage, etc., or rent. Like, I want you guys to have an importance of how saving money and having money really affects you now and in the long run, right? Because before, I used to have just like a savings account, and I thought, okay, I got a savings account, I have a couple of stocks, I'm doing something right. I had a Bank of America savings account. I'm going to be so transparent with you guys in this video. We're going to actually crank numbers. I was earning less than 1% interest, and I thought that was just okay. It didn't take me until a long time after I had that savings account and seeing that I was getting maybe a cent a month off of that savings account. A cent a month is nothing. Now, you're not going to be making 100 or 500 a month. That's crazy, right? But I thought it was normal. I thought it was chill. I thought everything was fine. Then I started doing research, and I found Ally Bank. This is not a sponsor at all, but hey, Ally, if you want to sponsor me, go right ahead. I switched over to them. I closed the account with Bank of America, and now my savings is at an APY of around 3.75 to 4.25%, depending on when you see this video. That may not seem huge, but do the math. Over time, that's free money just for putting your cash into a savings account. Literally, you put it in there and let it build up. I was earning a cent off Bank of America, 1 cent a month. And that changed to, depending on, Ally and how good they're doing, $1 to $5 a month. That's an extra $1 to $5 a month just for putting your cash in there and not touching it. It's just like a 401k. You just put your money in and you get free money just for having money in there. I wanted to tell you guys about my journey because there's also the thing that I always mention, where I quit my job and I watched the money that I used to have shrink and shrink. When I finally realized, that doing Uber Eats and grinding to try to keep afloat wasn't really doing it for me, you have to really be able to know how to budget and really be able to know where you need to hit every single month, every single year in order to make sure that you're able to keep things afloat. That was really recently, like 2023, 2024. That's when I really understood the value of money, because I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people that was eating out all the time. I was one of those people that was like, I got a lot of money in my savings, I'm good. Like, I didn't understand the value of stocks and all of that stuff until very recently. When you're somebody who has a lot of money at that moment and you know all this stuff, it will help you in the long run compared if you don't know, and then you, God forbid, have a financial struggle and you know this stuff, but you don't have the money to be able to build on it. We're going to go first into budgeting, which is something that has helped me a lot. If you're not budgeting right now, it's okay, but it's something that you should start doing. I'm using this app that helps me budget. I basically set up how everything is for the month that I need, and every time I get paid or I make a transaction, I put it in there. The app is called Good Budget Planner. I use that, and basically, I set up everything that I need for the month, and like I said, I take money out. Whenever I get paid, I put it in and I divide all of my stuff so I know exactly where all my money is going at that specific time. There's also the 50-30-20 rule. This rule is 50% of your income goes to needs, rent, groceries, utilities, 30% Netflix, eating out, gaming, the fun stuff, and 20% goes to your savings or to any debt that you have. Now, like I said, 20% is a good place to start. This is not going to be a perfect fix, but it is a starting point for if you don't have a starting point. There's always the 1% rule for the big guys, If your purchase costs more than 1% of your annual income, you wait 24 hours before buying it. So, for example, $400,000 a year. Any purchase over 400, pause and wait 24 hours before you buy it. This prevents impulse buying and buying something that you'll regret later, because in that 24 hours, you might see that $500 PS5 and then go, I already have a PC. Do I really need this console? Or you might go, $500 Gucci bag. Do I really need that right now? I don't know if Gucci bags cost $500, by the way. I didn't look that up at all. I don't care about Gucci. Next tip is please prioritize having an emergency fund. I know a lot of people don't, and this one is concerning for a lot of people. Make sure you build an emergency fund. Aim for like 3 to 6 months of living expenses, because life is gonna smack you with something. It's gonna be flat tire, surprise medical bill, dentist, something is gonna pop up, and you always want to build that emergency fund, so if something goes wrong, you will be happy that you had something to fall back on, which you don't want to fall back on, but you'll be happy. Like right now, for example, when I was transitioning over to a new job that I got, I had 2 weeks of checks stocked up from my old job. So basically, I got paid the week that I quit, which I made a video on, and then the next week after that, I got paid by that job. Prioritize having an emergency fund and knowing where your money is. Plus, I have money in my savings. I have money stored up, taxes, all that stuff. Prioritize the emergency fund. Know where your money is and how you're going to spend it. Be realistic also. This is another tip about your dream buys, because I really wanted a Mustang and I had it all planned out, right? I was doing Instagram posts, basically just going on my story and asking people, should I get this car? Should I get this car? And I was gung-ho, like, maybe I could actually do this. But it wasn't the numbers that got me. It wasn't the fact that the car wasn't affordable. The car was affordable. But instead, I thought about the long term. I thought about insurance, gas, repairs on the car. I thought about my future. I thought about if something was to go wrong at this moment and something happened to the car, would I still be able to keep up with the car? If I got this car, is it going to be my daily car? And I'm sorry, Mustang owners, we know this. Like, I don't have a Mustang right now. I'm not an owner, but I'm a big fan of Mustangs. It's not a daily drivable car. It can be, but it's not a daily drivable car. So that's something that mattered to me. And so I used that money, which I'm glad I did, to buy something else. And it wasn't a Mustang, but it was something that was practical for me. And it mattered for me in the long term, because instead of having the Mustang, which would have eaten at my budget more than the car that I have now, this car helped me save a little bit more dollars. It didn't help me save a lot, but it saved me a little bit more dollars than had I got a Mustang instead. The next tip, zero-based budgeting. So assign every dollar you earn to a category until you hit zero. That way no dollar is left floating. Like I said, having a budgeting app, like I just showed you guys, is really, really helpful for this. You make a category of everything you need. That app specifically helps me because I make a category. All right, I gotta pay this for the month. I gotta pay this for the month. I gotta pay this for the month. When I get paid, I put my money into each one of them. And it also tells you how much you need to put in it each week to be able to, get to that amount. It helps with budgeting because then you know where all your money is and you're not scrambling around looking for money. There are sneaky little habits. This is the next topic, which is impulse buying. Shopping apps and subscription emails. It's easy to fall into emails and shopping apps that say 20% off this, 50% off this, 75% off this. Uber Eats does it a lot, and I used to fall into that trap a lot, where Uber Eats would be like, 75% off something, you should use it to buy something, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's a great deal, but in reality, I could just cook. Like, it really is that simple. Now, it's harder for you if you're younger, right? Because you may not be able to cook, you may not have a kitchen, etc., but it's easier to cook, it's easier to, if you're in college, go to the caf, then fall into the 75% off Uber Eats. Get that McDonald's right now, fatty. Like, you don't have to always eat out. You don't have to always see that you have a 20% off coupon and immediately go buy the dress. Like, You ain't gotta delete your shopping apps. You don't have to unsubscribe from every single subscription email you have, but tone down on it a little bit. Don't just immediately think you have to shop every single week or every single month. Some months you could just go without shopping. This one is insane. We sometimes do forget about monthly subscriptions, monthly and yearly ones. These things add up. Think about like Netflix, for example, $15 a month for Netflix or whatever it costs, because they keep changing the price every single day, right? $15 a month, that's $180 a year. Now you might think, oh, okay, cool, and $180 a year, but $15 a month is fine. But then add on to the other subscriptions you also have to pay for a month, and that stuff starts to add up. You got Hulu, that's $12 a month. That's another $120 something a year, right? That's now $200, almost $300 a year you're paying. You're burning through hundreds and even thousands of dollars, and you don't even realize it, right? The common subscriptions, Apple, which is like $10 a month. Your gym membership, which could be $30 a month, depending on the gym you go to, right? I did a full review of everything I had and everything that I was subscribed to, and seeing, did I really need it? And if I didn't really actually need it, I canceled it. It's one of the reasons why I don't have Netflix, I don't have Hulu, I don't have Disney Plus. I know I'm the weirdo, but I still get to watch the shows because I watch them for free. Don't worry about how. Why? Because I don't watch that stuff. I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch the stuff on Hulu. I don't watch any of those shows. I barely do. I'm a YouTube guy. I watch YouTube most of the day. You can get, your Netflix from other people. I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time, because if they cancel it, then you're cooked. But, right? You can ask your friends for their password. Now, Netflix and them are cracking down on that stuff, but just be wary. You can't do that. You could just set yourself a limit for what you could buy every month, and then treat yourself without feeling guilty about what you're buying. Now, I'm not going to go too detailed into this one, because I'm going to give you guys a YouTube video that if you want to watch it, but I suggest you do. It's very important, because credit and debt is one of those things where it's easy to mess up, but it's super powerful to do if it's done right. Obviously, you want to pay your bills on time. You want to keep your credit card balance under 30% of your limit, and don't open a ton of new accounts at once. I directed you to this video for a reason. It's a video by Deleted. I think it's called like Credit for Dummies or something like that, right? I'm going to put a link to it in the card. Watch it, because he made a good point that your credit card balance, don't spend 30% of your limit is what they say, but I think he said in the video 20% or 24, something like that. It was one of the 20% of that limit instead of 30% of the limit. And like I said, watch the video. It's very detailed about debt. It's very informed, but don't use your credit card as your fallback option. It should not be your option for, oh, well, I ain't got it, I might as well just buy. No, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't even be putting it on the credit card. If you just don't got it, the credit card ain't gonna change the fact that you still don't got it. You just got it because somebody's loaning you the money so you can get it. For my younger audience, your credit is for everything. Buying a house, buying a car. Your credit is used for so many things. Some people who like to do Afterpay, credit also applies to that. Like, very, very big thing is try to get a credit card ASAP. For me, I didn't have a credit card when I was younger, but the thing that my dad did that I really, really appreciate him for was that he put me on his credit card when I was younger. So my credit was building because I was a name on his credit card. My credit was pretty good when I went to go buy my first car. My credit score is around the 700s, I want to say. It is important to have credit, and that is the reason, because I bought my first car at 23, 24, one of those ages. And that's why I said it's very important. And that's the thing, you want to make sure that your credit is right. So like I said, watch the video by Deleted, please. It's very important. It explains credit very well. I didn't want to get too detailed on it when there's literally a video that will explain. He literally explains to you how to keep your credit. And now we're going to explore income opportunities, because side hustles are going to be a game changer. There's a whole world of creative things that you could do out there. Obviously, there's Uber Eats and DoorDash, but there's so many more funner ways that you can make money outside of doing that. All of us, we like to be entrepreneurs, or there's people in my community that I know are game designers or graphic artists, whatever it is, you can freelance a lot of your work. Upwork and Fiverr are great for video editing, voiceover, coding, graphic design, whatever it is. You put your name up there on Fiverr or Upwork, chances are somebody's gonna find you if you have a nice little portfolio and you just show them, hey, this is what I do, hire me if you want. And you can make a living off of that too. You really could. It's possible. Look into those platforms and use those. Everyone always says this, and I wouldn't say it's a get out of jail free card, but YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. Start creating content, whether it's gaming, tutorials, vlogs, whatever you're trying to brand off to people, do it. Just start creating content. And eventually, once you start learning the algorithm for each specific platform, it's game over from there. You can start building your brand immediately, because you might think like, oh, I need to be like Markiplier or the bigger YouTubers. You really don't. You can make a pretty decent living off of 100,000 subscribers and like 25k views every single video that you upload, and that's literally gonna come from advertisements and people who come to your channel and be like, we could use him and have a sponsor. It's easy to start these things up because you could do it right from your phone. That's why I really try to tell people. They'd be like, oh, I maybe want to start a YouTube or TikTok. Do it. And you'd be like, well, I can't because you don't need it. Just use your phone. Post it. It doesn't matter where you start, just as long as you start. Printing as well. My friend does this. You could design t-shirts, mugs, stickers, etc. You could go on services like Redbubble and Teespring. And, if you know how to make designs, you could put your designs up on certain websites. If you can design stuff, you can make t-shirts and stuff and put your stuff on t-shirts, etc. Sell it to your friends at first, then make a website, start promoting it on social media, find somebody who can work social media, and then boom, from there you got your business set up, and then make an LLC. Ebooks and courses as well. If you know how to teach, you could do online courses. Simple as that. Start up a YouTube or TikTok doing online courses, or just, hey, I'm a teacher, I could teach you how to code. Put yourself up on an online course, boom. Now you got people coming in who are going to be doing that. Side hustles that I was telling you about, there's a video by somebody called Once Faded, and I've mentioned him on my channel before. He made a video that breaks down easy ways to make side cash by selling old things, or how to sell things on Facebook Marketplace. The thing that I talked about were printing stuff and, selling it online. For all my music artists out there, how to make money by making beats. Like, he does a video on all type of small creative gigs that you might not even have thought of, and it is a really, 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 really good video that I suggest you watch. You won't be making $1 million, but it's nice side hustles to where you could just make some side cash that'll really help you in the long run. I will tell you this though, you do want to start a business. A lot of people want to start a business, and starting a business and an LLC is a great way to do that. But if you have a YouTube or whatever it is, I'm going to tell you now, don't rush into getting an LLC, because you could pay people over $300 a year to do something like that, right? And I thought it was complicated, but it's not. Like, I'm talking from New Jersey, Delaware standpoint, because that's where I'm from. I'm from New Jersey. So I'm going to give you a quick guide on how I do it. And I want you guys to know, so that way if you do want to start an LLC, you're not looking online, seeing that there's an easy way to set it up, and then you're going to be spending $300 to $500 a year, especially when they give you the tag like, oh, we could set this up for you for free, right? And then you set it up for free, and then you got to pay that money yearly to keep it active when you don't have to. Go to your state's Secretary of State website, search the business name that you want, because you want to make sure your business that you start up is available and there's not somebody else who already has that business name. You want to file your article of organization. Now, this is usually going to cost you between $50 to $150 depending on your state. Like I said, New Jersey, it's about 60, 70 something. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I kind of forget because I have to do it every single year, but it's between that amount, right? Then you're going to get an employer identification number. It's going to be free from the IRS website. You're going to need that. Get that number. It's important for anything you're going to be doing, right? Even if you don't have employees, you still want to have an EIN. Then draft an operating agreement This explains how your LLC runs, even if it's just you or your 2, 3, 5 friends, right? Just having one is smart because you want to always break down exactly where everything is going in that LLC. For example, my company, we have an operating agreement that basically just breaks down, who's getting the money in the company, who runs the company, who does what, who does where, etc. Even if it's just you want to always have something that you could go back and refer to so it can explain how the LLC runs and who's getting what, especially if you have multiple people. And then setting up a business bank account is not important. I don't have one, but if you are making money, setting up a business bank account is going to be important. Like I said, you are going to have to renew your registration every year or biannually, depending on what state you're in. You're going to have to file the annual report, and you have to keep your books clean. If you're making a lot of money, you want to track every expense and every dollar that's coming in. An LLC is important, especially if you're a YouTuber. An LLC is going to be important because I learned this recently that if somebody sues you, that they're going to be suing the LLC and not you directly. Trust me, it seems difficult at first, but when you actually get into the habit of doing it, I promise you it's gonna be easier than you think. Alright, I know this video is long. I understand. We're almost done. Stay with me. If you want to go get something to eat, you want to pause this video at any point, pause it. We're at basically like the halfway point. What I do want you guys to look out for is to look out for jobs and scams, because not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, start up a business, etc. But when you're hunting for a job, I've experienced it online. People are like, oh, go on LinkedIn, go on Indeed. It really doesn't work like that anymore now. Yes, LinkedIn and Indeed are good. Glassdoor, all of those are good, but there are a lot of fake jobs out there now. Some jobs are going to ask you to pay for training or materials. Some job offers are going to come super fast, and some are not even going to interview you, or they might communicate to you through WhatsApp, Telegram, or sketchy email addresses. Please look and research into the job. If the job seems too good to be true, it might not be true. Some of them might not have even a LinkedIn page or a website, etc., or the website might look fake or very bare bones. These are the things that you have to look out for these jobs, because some of them might even text you now. And I've had this happen before, where a lot of jobs will text you, and you guys know the easy one, right? Where they'll be like, oh, we seen your thing on LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever it is, and we think you'll be a good fit, and you get paid like $5,000 every week just to stay at home and do a stay-at-home job. No job usually is ever gonna reach out to you to text message unless you've already been interviewed and stuff, and you're talking to your actual boss or an employer. Anytime they want to communicate to you through an outside app that's like WhatsApp, most likely fake. Telegram, definitely probably fake. Email addresses, check and see if it's sketchy. There is going to be some fake jobs that are really, really good at covering all of their tracks. The easiest thing that you can do is to just look up the company. So if it's a job offer and they're like, oh, let's just use a fake company name, Albatross, and we want you to do a remote data entry job, right? What I usually love to do, especially when I get job offers like these, is I'll copy the name of the job offer. Well, not the job offer, but the name of the company. Then I'll paste it onto Google or whatever website that I want to use, Safari, whatever, right? And then I will paste it, look at the company, see what's on their page. Another neat trick that usually works a lot of the time is a lot of people on Reddit will have experienced this job offer or scam before you have. And if you look it up, 99% of the time their company that is fake is going to come up on Reddit of somebody asking, is this real? If you see that, the job is probably fake. If you go on their website and you see the website is very bare bones and it doesn't look like a real website, the job is probably fake. If there is no website, the job is probably fake. Make sure that your resume and everything is very detailed, however. Make sure that you have a great portfolio too. You want to make sure that your resume and portfolio is always up to date. You want to tailor it to the job that you are trying to get to. If you are doing a job that requires graphic design, make sure that your portfolio and your resume is up to date and tailored to a graphic design job. If it's social media, make sure your resume and everything is tailored to social media. Game design, make sure it's tailored to game design, right? You want to make sure that you have everything tailored to the specific job you're applying for. If you do hear back from the job and you get it, great. If you don't, continue to keep moving on. There are a ton of companies out there that are hiring and want people. Not every job is going to say yes, so don't get discouraged. Keep looking, keep searching. The last thing we're going to mention now is investing, because this is going to be important. For my people out there, investing is not a get rich quick scheme. Please do not think that once you start investing in stocks or whatever it is, you're instantly going to be rich, right? Some people get lucky. AMC, GameStop, Bitcoin, Dogecoin. A lot of those big hits also come with losses. Basically, gambling and investing are the same. You might win a few times, but you're gonna lose a lot too, right? Long-term wealth is based on patience and strategy within the market. You're not going to easily just put something in and just be like, yes, woo, I'm about to make $5 million off of AMC. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to know the basics, but you also have to know exactly what you are doing, because stocks is ownership. You're buying a piece of a company that can go up or down, or it could just disappear. Bonds is lending. You're loaning money and getting paid interest back. A lot of people know how to put money into the stock market, and then they know how to get money out of it. If you are very, very advanced in stocks, you can make a lot of money off of it. But if you don't have that time and patience, and you, like I said, if you're a regular person like me, you want to go for companies that have a good track record and can make you some money. For me, I'm in this company, NVIDIA. We all know who that is. AI, gaming tech. They've been making so much money. They're huge in technology right now. You want to invest in people like that. NVIDIA. You want to invest in Apple, Microsoft, Google. Like, all of these companies that are safety nets for you. You want to invest in those companies. You could look these up too, right? And then if you want to take some risk, like AMC or GameStop or, BlackBerry, whatever it is, like if you want to take those risks, But just know those risks can come with wins, and then it can also come with losses. For me, I use Cash App Investing at the moment, but you can use Acorn or Robinhood. My friends use them too, and it's simple to get in the game. Like, even if you're only putting in $1 or $5 a week, that money is still going to build over time. Whether it goes up or it goes down, it doesn't matter. It's going to be time in the market beats trying to time the market. Understand what I just said. Time in the market beats trying to time the market. Remember when the tariffs happened, which was very recently, stocks crashed. Crazy. It happened. Stocks are going to go up and stocks are going to go down. You want to look for index funds and track the entire stock market. They're low risk and great for beginners, and reinvest your dividends so your money always keeps working for you. And always do good research before buying anything in the stock market or buying anything in general, because I'm not a financial advisor for you. I'm just learning the same way that you guys are learning, and you have to continue to see steady growth and not try to get rich overnight. It's going to take time for you to make money. I'm not a financial advisor for you. I can't tell you everything, but all of these tips are going to be great for you to build wealth within your life, because financial freedom isn't going to happen overnight. But with the right moves, you eventually will gain financial freedom. And that's where I'll leave it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video was long. I apologize, but I felt that I needed to talk about this and that this video was going to be really helpful for you guys. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. Share it with whoever you want. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you guys are notified of the videos that I upload. Do anything that you guys can to have my non-existent videos be seen. And with that, Desaiah signing off.